All right. Welcome to the Revolutionary Agenda. I'm your host, Seduction Doll. I know we're streaming on. I know I'm streaming on Jesse's channel, so you already know who it is. I do not like this new StreamYard setup. Let's put it that way. Yeah, it's really distracting. And I feel like I'm sitting. It's always something, huh? Like, come on. Like, I always feel like I'm sitting really either low or too high.
Battery high.
Okay, are you gonna come on or what? It's always something. I think it's a setup.
Battery high.
If you want to turn on, bitch. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right, I'm back. Hold on, let me get better adjusted. As you know, I'm at Blacc House, and let's see, this is probably gonna be the last day I'm over here for a little bit because of the rules. I decided to do a quick well, not a quick RVA. Decided to do an RVA because I won't have time to do it this week. Because I think we got a whole bunch of shit going on, but I just I don't have internet at my house like that right now. It's something about taxes, you know what I mean? So I've had an alright decent week. As you see, I spent some time on my own goddamn hair, and I'd say for a motherfucker that didn't have no motherfucking mirror at all, I only messed up in 2 spots. I'm supposed to get done Friday. Combination of things. I'll just say portion of it is my fault, but I didn't get it done. And not want to bother anybody when they're exhausted. So let's just let that be. You know what I mean? So as I sat around this weekend over here, I was bored, and so I did it myself. Got to do some trimming, but other than that, it's a little long. It's a little long, but my hair is long anyway. I had to put it up because it's getting on my fucking nerves. So that's that. It's a pretty decent job. Probably should have made him a little bit. Just filling some space, you know what I mean? But I was doing it without a fucking mirror and just freestyling. So I think he did a pretty good job. I look at it. It's a little long, but nothing that I can't deal with. It's twisted, braided. I just had to get out of my system because that shit was bothering me. and it'll last a good little minute. I had to do an adjustment on one, so earlier while Jesse was doing the show, I did a little adjustment. Man, it's can't really see it very well, but it looks pretty decent, so we'll just go with that. None of my little blings are in it yet, so go home and figure that part out. But yeah, I think it did all right. So we had semi long show to go through. Fair use, fair use, fair use. I hope you're watching. Anybody who does watch, I hope you enjoy the content. I'm just gonna be showing and reacting on things that I learned, and we're gonna get some vital news, some vital information. See the chat. See a comment. Hey, what's up, Joe Cool? How you doing? Glad to see you around. Thanks for visiting. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna get to it now. Let's see. Hmm. Shout out to Shabaka for letting me use his platform. Probably will only be using it this one time because on just computer, which I'm using right now, I don't have all my stuff added to it. So here we go. Fair use. This is 60 minutes.
Welcome to America. In the nation of immigrants, this is a new dawn. The land of the free and the home of the brave has long opened its arms and borders to others. Now, armed border agents known as ICE are closing in. Immigrants rounded up. Americans caught up. Were you scared?
I was terrified.
The immigration crackdown President Donald Trump has sparked widespread fear.
Nobody feels safe when they hear the word ICE.
Anger and wild scenes. But is it community protectors? Is it vigilante movement? There's a fight back on the streets. The president's immigration raids led to Americans raising their voices. The question now, what happens to the temperature, to the mood, and to Donald Trump's grand immigration plans? In this, America's Ice Age. America, for many a migrant, was a new frontier and a promised land.
A host of immigrants flock in, 1 million a year.
Irish, Italian, Greek, Mexican, from many corners of the world, traveling in search of the American dream. And as long as there has been immigration, there have been border agents. While this might seem new, immigration policy has long been central to the debate over the future of America.
There was a huge backlash. There was substantial anti-Semitism. There was substantial anti-Catholic discrimination, particularly against Irish immigrants. And so over time, this political pressure built up and built up and built up.
There were crackdowns after World War II and quotas on how many people from different countries could emigrate. Then, from a younger, fresh, and energized leader, John F. Kennedy, came calls for change.
I think it is not a burden, but a privilege to make this really, as it was for them, a new world.
62 years later, a new America and a new president in the White House.
America will reclaim its rightful place as the greatest, most powerful, most respected nation on earth, inspiring the awe and admiration of the entire world.
Donald Trump 2.0 was not just about a line in the sand, but a line at the border.
Since taking office, my administration has launched the most sweeping border and immigration crackdown in American history, and we quickly achieved the lowest numbers of illegal border crossers ever recorded. Thank you.
And Donald Trump acted with haste. Deportation started with violent criminals and illegal immigrants accused of having ties with Venezuelan gangs. They were rounded up and flown out to Secot, a notorious prison in El Salvador.
I got elected on the basis of getting bad people out of our country that shouldn't be here, very dangerous people.
But it wasn't just dangerous people in his sights. Now it is the enormous national scale and the way the president is running those crackdowns that is changing the face of America. On June 6 this year, Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents in Los Angeles staged high-profile raids in locations all over the city, arresting individuals they alleged were involved in illegal immigration to the United States. Anger exploded on the city's streets.
Overnight chaos erupting in the streets of Los Angeles as protesters and police clashed.
Spreading across the nation as President Trump's deportation efforts ramp up.
Trump controversially calling in thousands of troops from the National Guard to regain control. This very spot outside this immigration facility in Los Angeles was the epicenter of the protests against Donald Trump's immigration raids. Even now, the anger is still raw. It is palpable on these streets. But it's not just here. It is spreading across the divided states of America. Kailani is just weeks old. She has never met her father.
Do you worry you might never see him again?
I worry that I might not see him again and that he might not be able to see our baby girl.
Carrie Lopez was 9 months pregnant when government agents swooped on her boyfriend's Los Angeles work site. They were from ICE, the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, the very unit tasked with conducting visible and forceful removal of illegal immigrants.
I'm sorry, but no, you're not breaking the window.
You're not gonna touch me. Don't touch me. Move away.
I'm not touching
You're not touching me. Don't touch me. Move away. You can't stay away from me.
Carrie is an American citizen. This is her view, filming the confrontation with ICE agents as she was detained for obstructing them.
I wasn't resisting or anything. I told him that if he wanted to arrest me, that it was okay, that he could arrest me.
Ma'am, move your hand away.
No.
Move your hand away. Listen.
Sir.
Ma'am. Focus on her. Focus on her.
It's when he pushed me and I lost my balance. And the only reason I didn't fall down was because I put all my weight onto the truck. And I kind of just kept myself from falling when there was 2 more agents that came and started pulling me. And I just crouched down to kind of cover my stomach.
Were you scared?
I was terrified. I wanted to cry when I saw everything that was happening.
Their target was her boyfriend, 19-year-old Brian Najera, who was here illegally and detained.
I would get a call every now and then just for 5 minutes, and he would tell me how they were sleeping on the floor, sometimes they wouldn't get food, sometimes they wouldn't shower, and that when they were sick, they would just leave them there without any like medicine or anything.
Within days, Brian was deported to his native Guatemala. 23-year-old Carrie says he had an active asylum case and no criminal record.
I didn't think they would be arresting anyone that was hardworking, but in seeing how things are, I noticed that at this point it's just racially profiling, and as long as you fit the description, they're gonna arrest you. And
it's not just Brian she worries about.
I worry a lot about my mom.
Why?
She doesn't have any papers, but she's been here for almost 25 years, and she has my siblings here, and well, my little girl, so she doesn't want to leave.
Is she scared about immigration coming after her?
She is scared. She hasn't gone to open her, because she has a business, and she hasn't gone to open it. So me and my siblings have been going instead of her to kind of like sell whatever we can for the day.
Now, Carrie is navigating the path of new motherhood alone, while also living in fear her mother could be next to be sent packing.
It's an ugly thing to see, because it's families that come here looking to make a better future for their kids, and their kids have been showing that they are the future, and seeing how their parents have been treated or seeing how their families have been torn apart, it gives them a sense of what has this come to? Like, is this the dream that everybody thought they came here for?
We'd have to arrest 7,000 every single day for the remainder of this administration just to catch the ones Biden released in the nation. We're going to be in New York City. We're going to double down, triple down on sanctuary cities. Why? Not because we're a blue city or blue state, because we know that's where the problem is.
Since President Trump has taken office, we have arrested almost 300,000 and more criminals and illegal aliens here in the United States of America and brought them to justice and deported them out of our country. 70% of those individuals have criminal charges that they are convicted of, or they have criminal charges that are pending against them.
All right, stop, collaborate and listen. I sit back with my brand new invention.
Donald Trump's supporters have backed him wholeheartedly, demanding a tougher approach.
Look what Biden did. He left 10 to 20 million people in. Now we have to ship them all out. That comes at a huge cost.
Borders closed. Fentanyl deaths are down. Economy's going to get good. Give him a year or two.
He's keeping what he said he was going to do, and he's doing it.
And whether you believe the problem is those seeking a new life in America and whether they have a right to be here, 1 in 5 American jobs are held by workers born in another country. In California, immigrant communities are the driving force of the economy. There's nearly 11 million in this state alone. That's 1 in 4 residents. And workers power key sectors, including hospitality, construction, and agriculture.
Pues prácticamente uno se levanta en las mañanas y se levanta pues con miedo.
This worker says one gets up in the morning and you get up with fear because many of us can leave our house and we probably won't come back. Southern California is home to 1.8 million undocumented immigrants. That is 8% of the entire state's workforce. But as Donald Trump's deportation blitz spreads, these critical sectors have been the subject of immigration raids.
Our community is under siege. Let's be clear. This is not about arresting criminals. This is not about what's best for this country. This is about a petty little man who is in the White House, who seeks revenge on sanctuary cities for protecting families, for protecting children, for protecting workers. who give their labor, their lives, and their blood and their sweat to this country.
Yeah, okay, let's get one of you to go in that vehicle.
It's 6 a.m. in East Los Angeles.
And you all have experienced patrolling already, right? Okay, so we're good. So we'll have the three of you.
This self-described gang of defenders is about to track down ICE agents on patrol.
Oscar, good morning. Thanks very much for having us along. Good morning.
We join Oscar and his group of volunteers.
Here we go. We hit the road, eh?
Yeah. Oscar is a high school history teacher from an immigrant family. He was born and raised in Los Angeles.
So Oscar, tell us, why do you do this?
We know that no government agency, no political party is out here defending our community. On the contrary, both of them are in support of these agencies that are terrorizing our community. So the work is there for us, the community, to do. So we're just patrolling our neighborhoods, our streets, and looking for any suspicious vehicle and identify any potential ICE staging or ICE raids so that we can get ahead and alert our community so that they can be aware, and so that hopefully none of our community members are kidnapped and taken this morning.
On this morning, it's relatively quiet.
Agencia de ICE.
But LA's streets have been a hive of activity, arrests, and deportations.
You're being obnoxious. This is bullshit. You guys have no conscience.
And we would know that you were the fascist scum that attacked your own people. Resign now! Resign now!
But there's no quitting. Oscar claims he's hearing firsthand the impact of those sweeping crackdowns.
One student from our complex was actually deported on 4th of July weekend.
Oh, really?
The mother and the student showed up for a routine immigration meeting, and at that meeting they told them that their immigration case was closed and that they were to be deported now. So
more of that is a fear. Teachers have marched through the streets of Los Angeles calling for greater protection of students from ICE.
Do you worry that the return to school could lead to either immigrant children not going to school or ICE raids at schools?
Both of those are possibilities that we're anticipating, that we're getting ready for.
Volunteers like these are gathering in Los Angeles on most mornings across various parts of the city. This group insists they're not vigilantes, but community protectors going out looking for ICE agents to inform the city's immigrant community. Raids could be imminent. Is it community protectors? Is it a vigilante movement? Is it what is it that you guys see yourselves as doing?
I just see this as my duty as a community member. I was born here.
The same shit they're doing, but when I'm outside patrolling, you know what I mean? They're called patrolling. I'm outside. I'm dressed like my element. You know what I mean? Where I'm at, and you know, so I'm kind of looking like I'm a thug. You're here, kind of looking like that. Hold on a second. Speak to you directly, right? So when I'm outside patrolling my neighborhood, and dressed like the elements, whatever, my element. So kind of outside thugging, right? That's what it looked like. But what am I protecting? What am I looking for? I'm looking for the police, obviously, and I'm looking and watching what the police are doing because I don't like the police just plainly fucking with black people. And I'm watching the neighborhood. I'm watching white people move around at night throughout my neighborhood. And that creeps me out because it's like, well, what are they doing? And knowing that they're like next door snitches, you know what I mean? That app next door. Yeah, it's meant for white people to snitch on us. And that's how some of the bad things happen, like NIMBYism and expired tags and motherfuckers cars and shit just getting towed and all this extra stuff. So that's what I'm outside doing. But what I say, I'm over here. What do I say? I said I'm like Batman. Batman's a vigilante, right? He's like maybe the hero, but he's like a vigilante, right? Isn't that what they always call him? So isn't this what this is? It's like vigilante, basically. However, there comes a time when like impeding, and you're like hindering the fucking process. Like, where was this for Black people? There isn't, right? So it is frustrating. It's like, it's kind of and also too, how the fuck are you gonna be in the United States and have a business and not speak English or not have your papers together? That's a whole nother conversation. You know what I mean? And they want you to stay. They want people to stay. They have babies and whatever. And those are like that man just left an anchor baby. He just left 1 year. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? He was not a citizen. He didn't do the work to become one, right? And who knows what happened? But he just left a baby behind that's now an anchor.
Have the ability to be out in the streets, to be out there documenting, to be on the front lines between my community and these agencies. So I feel like it is my obligation to do something to give back to this community who has made me to the person I am.
Union del Barrio is not alone. Support coming from an unexpected place. This ice block platform was developed by a California designer using crowdsourced funds. Anybody with the controversial app can report ICE activity within 8 kilometers of their current location with just 2 taps of their phone.
You know, I watched what happened during the first Trump administration, and I certainly watched what happened as he was campaigning and the rhetoric that was being said by not only him, but his supporters. He sort of told us exactly what he was going to do. It just disgusted me so much that I wanted to do something to fight back. And this was the best way that I could figure out how to do it, by using the skill set that I have.
But the government is not happy about some of the ways California's community is getting involved.
We're working with the Department of Justice to see if we can prosecute them for that, because what they're doing is actively encouraging people to avoid law enforcement activities, operations, and we're going to actually go after them and prosecute them with the partnership of PAM if we can, because what they're doing, we believe, is illegal.
While the Trump administration wants to shut the app down, it is exactly the kind of warning system Carrie Lopez and her partner wished they'd had.
Has America changed under Donald Trump?
A lot.
For better or for worse, in your view?
For worse.
How?
Because now there's a lot of separation between races.
Carrie knows her undocumented mother faces a risk of being deported to a country she has not called home for 25 years. But her anger is with the man calling the shots.
I think he's a racist person, because if he wasn't, he wouldn't be out here calling us criminals. He just wants to be empowered. And I want to tell him, you don't know how to be a president. You don't know what it means to be there for the people. All you know is about yourself and your selfish greed. And I don't want that as my president.
But recent polls suggest support for the president's policies and plans is starting to slip, not as popular as what they once were. Carrie dreams of returning her boyfriend legally to the United States of America so Kailani can meet her dad for the first time.
Knowing that he might miss more big parts of her life kind of hurts, because it'll be like,
all right, that's enough of that. Let's see what else.
Tell us about your house. What's left?
Nothing.
Are you insured?
Couldn't afford it.
Up next on 60 Minutes.
How much were they asking?
Went from $4,000 to $37,000.
Australia's insurance crisis.
Up to $45,000 with no explanation.
The price we're paying
Basically, insurance companies can do what they like.
for living in the unlucky country.
My bad.
Tell us about your house. What's left?
My bad. Sorry about that. Wrong one. Let's see.
Here's the way things now work. President Trump will slap tariffs on any country at any time for any reason. No superpower has ever tried this before. It's a dramatic and destabilizing way to manage America's economy and our relationships with the other 200 or so countries on the planet. But it's become the new normal. Tonight, how the world is being reordered by a disorderly White House. Next.
This is Washington Week with The Atlantic. Corporate funding provided by...
In 1995, two friends set out to make wireless coverage accessible to all. With no long-term contracts, nationwide coverage, and 100% U.S.-based customer support. Consumer Cellular. Freedom calls.
Additional funding is provided by Koo and Patricia Ewan for the Ewan Foundation, committed to bridging cultural differences in our communities. Sandra and Carl DeLay Magnuson, Rose Herschel and Andy Shreves, Robert and Susan Rosenbaum, Charles Hamowy through the Charles Hamowy Fund.
Trump likes attention. He likes movement. He especially likes to keep people, including sometimes himself, guessing. Now, here are two things he doesn't like: trade deficit and numbers. Not all numbers, just numbers that don't match his understanding of reality. Here he is talking about happy numbers yesterday.
I think when you look at them, they're all something, but this one chart really says it better than anything. If you look at this is great, but this chart is pretty amazing right here. All new numbers.
Some numbers he didn't like were the Bureau of Labor Statistics numbers on jobs growth. He didn't like those numbers so much that he fired the Bureau's commissioner. Here to discuss the latest on Trump's attempt to create realities by talking them into existence are Jonathan Karl, the chief Washington correspondent for ABC News, White House and Washington correspondent. I'll give you both. Tyler Pager is a White House correspondent at the New York Times and a co-author of 2024, How Trump Retook the White House and the Democrats Lost America. Jonathan Lemire is a staff writer at The Atlantic and a co-host of Morning Joe on MSNBC. And Vivian Salama is our newest staff writer at The Atlantic. He used to work for a newspaper of some sort, if I recall, from last week.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the table. Big book. I want to get to some stuff in the book if we can. I want to start by talking about the upcoming Alaska summit. Trump posted this announcement just a little while ago, Friday afternoon. The highly anticipated meeting between myself as President of the United States of America, it was good that he noted that, and President Vladimir Putin of Russia will take place next Friday, August 15, 2025, in the great state of Alaska. Further details to follow, and then, of course, the inevitable. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So this is fascinating. This would be Putin's first visit to the United States in 10 years. Trump has said there's going to be a discussion of an exchange of territory, noting, of course, that Zelensky is not coming to this Alaska summit. But what are we actually talking about here, John? An exchange of territory. Russia controls 20% of Ukrainian territory. Ukraine has about 4 square miles left of its incursion. What's going on?
So first, this summit, the president's right, has been teased for a while. The Trump critics suggesting that it's going to be in Alaska so he can give Alaska back perhaps to Russia. But I think what we'll see here instead is two parts. First of all, originally the White House offer to Putin was it's going to be 2 summits. It's going to be a Trump and Putin followed by a Trump, Putin, Zelensky trilateral. The Kremlin said no to that. They don't want to legitimize Zelensky. So we're not sure that's going to happen, but that's not a deal breaker for President Trump. He made that clear yesterday, and then today with the announcement that he will go through with this meeting next week, we believe, in Alaska. we're not clear what sort of territory we're talking about here. Russia has put forth a proposal. They'd be able to keep the Donbass, a couple other, Donetsk, Luhansk.
And Crimea.
And Crimea, of course. But it's not clear what Russia would need to give back. And in fact, there's some reporting tonight from the Wall Street Journal suggests that all they're offering is a ceasefire. We'll stop fighting if we get to keep this land, which would be a non-starter, of course, for Ukraine and most of Europe.
Yeah, John, non-starter is the operative word here, no?
I mean, it's an extraordinary development, if what the Wall Street Journal has reported is accurate, that you have basically ceding significant territory that you've been fighting for 3 years in exchange for what is by definition temporary, a ceasefire. But Zelensky's actually had some comments since this has come out that seems to be positive about what can happen here. What's interesting is the White House at first was insisting, we didn't hear Trump himself say this, but the White House was saying that this would have to be with Zelensky. That Trump wanted to have a trilateral meeting, and then very quickly the president just said, okay, one-on-one meeting's fine.
Vivian, as John points out, Zelensky is making positive-ish noises about this, but does he really have any choice? Trump is having a big summit. He's not going to. He's learned his lesson from that Oval Office encounter. Like, don't get on Trump's bad side unnecessarily. He can't possibly be happy about the idea of ceding Ukrainian territory to Russia under pressure from Donald Trump.
Definitely not happy about it. The Biden era mantra of nothing about Ukraine without Ukraine is now ancient history under the Trump administration.
Meaning that you can't negotiate.
That you cannot negotiate the future of Ukraine without Ukraine at the table. That's done. That's out of the question. Now, President Trump has made clear that he's happy to do that, at least to an extent, because he is very eager to have a deal. This is something he promised on the campaign trail as a priority, and he is very eager to do so. Putin made it a little bit difficult to meet him at the table in the beginning, but what he sees basically is that Putin is going to be the hard negotiator. He believes he has leverage over the Ukrainians, that he can push them to do whatever is necessary to at least superficially come to the table and agree to whatever it is that they decide to agree on. But obviously it puts the Ukrainians in a very difficult position.
That's bullshit. Man, Zelensky better stop that shit. What do you mean? Like, you can't have a meeting about my fucking country. First of all, this is how I feel about it. You can't have a meeting about my country and all the pieces you want to it without me being there, A, without me agreeing to it, B. And what the fuck kind of deal is this? It's temporary. Ceasefire can be on a ceasefire, but he start the shit up anytime he wants to. They don't keep their motherfucking word. And with Trump, like, dude, he's had months to fucking try to negotiate a fucking reasonable thing. How you gonna let the motherfucking Russian ass Putin fucking decide, I'll show up in Alaska, but I want that too. No, this whole meeting is all in the favor of fucking Russia and America and fuck the Ukraine. No, I wouldn't do it if I was Zelensky. I wouldn't even allow that to happen. I'd find a way to stop that shit or be there or fucking something, because fuck what they want. You need to show up and do that. Like, stop that shit, because they can't do that. That's wrong. That's fucking wrong. And if they are able to pull that on the Ukraine, what else are they able to pull? That'd be the sense, if they're able to get away with that shit. Because how could you have something without Ukraine? And then Zelensky's like, I don't want to, or not Zelensky. Putin's like, no, whatever. Shouldn't Putin be arrested for fucking war crimes? I mean, Trump too, but Jesus Christ. Like, you don't want to legitimize motherfucking Zelensky's presidency. Well, fuck it. He's the president. Like, that's it. He's the president. You can't say whether or not he was or wasn't. He's the fucking president. He's been the president. He's been running that shit this whole time. So he's been legitimized. You just don't want to go along with the fucking program because you don't like him because he's doing it. That's what that's about. They never liked him. But that doesn't mean they shouldn't have a meeting without him. That don't mean dick. You know what I mean?
Because they basically have lost first their sovereignty to the war, and then again to the Trump administration essentially twisting their arm.
Right. Tyler, though, I want to ask a question about Trump and his relationship to Russia. It seems much more complicated than than we might have been discussing a year ago. You know, the perception among many people in Washington was that Trump was incapable or unwilling to even criticize Putin. He now seems pretty regularly angry at Putin. Is that for show, or is there actually a shift? Was he not the Putin lackey that the Democrats say he is?
I think the genuine frustration that Trump has toward Putin is largely based in the fact that Trump promised to end this war within 24 hours, and he has been unable to do so. So I think it's less about the interpersonal relationship and more about the broader strategic objectives that Trump has, because Trump wants a victory. We saw that today with Azerbaijan and Armenia. Trump is in this mode of being the peacemaker president, and the biggest prize of all is ending this war between Russia and Ukraine, and he has been frustrated by the intransigence he's seen from Putin. And this is no surprise to any other American president or political leader who has dealt with Putin for decades and found this to be the case.
Right.
But I think Trump is hopeful that he can sort of work Putin over in this in-person meeting. But I think many American officials, particularly Democrats, are concerned about what sort of agreements Trump might make with Putin. We saw in a famous moment that John was at, and in the first term, where he was asked about, American intelligence that Russia had interfered in the U.S. election, and he just basically brushed it off. And so I think there's genuine concern about what could unfold from this meeting. But the relationship is definitely more complicated than the perception of just Trump as a lackey.
And I think Trump is sensitive to the idea that Putin has played him.
Yeah.
And when he has a conversation with Putin that he thinks went fine, and then Russia goes forward with a massive a drone attack on cities in Ukraine, it angers him. So I think there's a frustration.
Which is an understandable frustration. Yeah. It's interesting that he articulates it, again, given the perception that he would never say anything negative about Putin. It's also a sign of overconfidence, maybe in his ability to negotiate with the world's toughest dictator.
Yeah, I mean, he has clearly been humbled and humiliated, but he's not lost the confidence that he can sit down with anyone, that it's the art of the deal, that he's the master negotiator, he can get some sort of agreement, and the Nobel Peace Prize has been seeking for quite this time. So yeah, he has told people that he believes he can still handle Putin in this setting.
Right.
Others, less sure.
Vivian, let me just ask one more question on this. If Putin and Trump decide that in exchange for whatever Putin is giving, he gets a chunk of Ukraine, essentially. Where does that leave Zelensky? It leaves Zelensky saying, no, we're not doing that? What happens?
I mean, Zelensky has the right to continue fighting, but obviously there's a lot at stake, U.S. weapons being among them. They have largely been able to sustain this war because of U.S. support. Obviously, European support as well, but nothing measures up to
Can
US.
Can Europe replace American weapons?
Never, not to the extent. I mean, even if they were to double it, it would still not come close to what the U.S. gives Ukraine, and the Ukrainians know that, so they know they're between a rock and a hard spot.
Right. Vivian, let me switch to another sore spot on the globe, Gaza and Israel. It seems that Donald Trump, at least by some reporting that's coming out of the White House, is getting very, very angry at Netanyahu, especially in light of Netanyahu's promise to go invade Gaza City now to look for the hostages. And that's your homework assignment. Could you explain specifically, is there a governing theory to the way Trump is carrying out his tariff policy?
I mean, I think it's important to sort of reiterate that this has been an interest of Trump's dating back to before his political life, and something he wanted to do in the first term, and was not necessarily surrounded by the people that largely would just go along with what he said or agreed with his worldview. So I think what he sees in tariffs is an economic weapon. He sees leverage, and Trump is someone that wants to make deals, cut deals, and in order to make a deal, he thinks he needs to have leverage over them. And so he's trying to reset the global economy with this sort of cudgel.
But I guess my question is also, is this just going to go on forever? Like, it's Tuesday, so he's slapping punitive tariffs on X country. Next week, he pulls them off and hits another country.
It's tariffs, something he's believed in, but it's also something he believes he can execute unilaterally. It is a personal power here, which is deeply attractive to him, that he can settle scores, that he can go after whatever country's up or down, and we've seen even this week, depending on his feelings towards that country's leader at the moment, he'll increase or lower the tariff.
And by the way, it's not his power.
No, it's not.
I mean, there is a very serious legal case underway now. I think there is a very good chance that his so-called reciprocal tariffs will get declared unconstitutional by the Supreme Court, including the appointees, the justices that he put on the court. I don't know how it's going to, but that is a very real possibility that not just the tariffs, but the trade deals that he's negotiated. I mean, the U.S.-Mexico agreement was ratified by Congress. NAFTA was ratified by Congress. Trade deals need to be ratified by Congress.
I mean, Trump's preference for tariffs is also very indicative of how he operates, because he's doing this in a punitive way to punish states for typically what presidents would use sanctions for. But sanctions are very tedious. They take a lot of legal work to actually roll out. Tariffs are a lot easier, at least under the Trump administration, if you don't care about that. So he can put them on and then next week just completely pull them back if he wants to. And that's how he's doing business with a lot of these countries, where he's holding their feet to the fire and saying tariffs this week, but next week we can roll them back. And that's it's roiling markets as a result of it.
My personal opinion is that the media should control international tariffs, but that's just me.
Specifically the host of this.
Just specifically.
Crazy.
You understand why we don't want you guys here, right?
Why is that now?
Because you guys come here and you turn our country into Mexico. You become lawbreakers.
How do we
You become disrespectful to the country. You fly the Mexican flag. You attack the citizens. That's why.
I mean, you're talking about disrespect. Yet again, we're one of the few countries that wears the American flag all over, even in our underwear.
Who?
The United States citizens.
And what about that?
Now, why disrespect the flag that way? And you're talking about disrespect. And here, the United States, the people, disrespect the flag. Here you are, here they
What does that have to do with illegal aliens?
Well, you're talking about disrespect and honoring the country and this and that. Well, now here we disrespect it with coming from our own homes. Coming from their own home. People wearing the flag. Wearing their flag.
Well, the flag.
But
these are American citizens.
But now you're also generalizing that because of DACA, we are allowing all these criminals just like they are in Mexico, and you're generalizing Mexico as a whole as a criminal country.
It have to be because those people are trying to come here. They're not trying to stay in Mexico.
A lot of those people that are under DACA, they have been here since they were children, babies.
That's no excuse. I didn't tell their parents to let them come.
But then again, it doesn't mean that because they've been here since they were
Mexico
children that they're going to be criminals.
Mexico is, I believe, the sixth largest. They have the sixth largest economy in the world, right? Is that right? Okay. Why don't you guys stay there and build your own country? You have enough. The economy is the sixth largest. If you guys stood up and fight in Mexico the way you fight to get them here, then you can make Mexico great again.
Well, because Mexico may be rich, and it has, and like you say,
maybe it is.
It is rich. But then again, when it comes to
the way you fight to break the law and disrespect us, once you get here, why not use that same energy in your country?
Because right now, as it is, as far as wages go for people to work in Mexico, it is
because
very
you're not
poor.
Fighting back there. They have the sixth largest economy. You can fight back and create money.
And people have been fighting back.
No, you guys are here fighting us.
We're not fighting anyone.
What do you think of the race relations in America today?
Race relations?
Race relations.
Between whom? There's so many other countries that we have been involved with.
Between the blacks and the Hispanics, the whites and the Hispanics.
I believe that the 20 years ago, and I can tell you this from what I saw when I was first started teaching, there was a lot of problems between the blacks and the Hispanics.
Teacher?
I am.
Okay.
Between the blacks and the Hispanic. Nowadays, there's a lot more unity between the black and the Hispanic. There's a lot more unity.
Not true. It's still bad.
Okay. You know, and it
It's
might be
still bad.
regional. It might be regional, but it is not as far as country. From what we've seen, you know, in the media, and maybe fake news as
No, it ain't fake news.
your
I
president
see it all the
says.
time.
You know,
Blacks
but
and Hispanics do not get along.
well, you know, in your opinion,
No,
my
no.
opinion, blacks and Hispanics nowadays get along a lot more than what they did in the past.
What rights do the illegals have? They're coming in illegally. What rights do they have?
The undocumented people, you mean, have, you know, they have, you know, everybody here, documented or undocumented, is protected with the same rights that a U.S. citizen has,
Really?
that a U.S. resident has.
So you're saying that the illegal aliens, they break the law to come here and they come illegally and they have the same rights that I have under the Constitution?
Most undocumented people come into the U.S. legally, whether it usually whether it is with a visa or under political asylum.
Well, how
Now
about
we
the
do
ones that-
have, and I am aware, you know, people that come into the United States illegally.
Right.
You know,
And do those illegal aliens have the same rights that the American citizens have?
they do. They are protected. Yes.
They have the same rights under the Constitution?
Not all the same rights, but they do have some rights that are.
What
that they are
rights do they
protected.
have once they break the law to get here?
You know,
What rights do they have? Give me an example.
on our First Amendment, you know, they do have rights to, you know, to an attorney, for example, to have legal counsel, whether they are here legally or illegally or undocumented. They, you know, they do have the same rights as we all do of free speech. You know, as of
Are you
now.
joking or what?
No, I'm not joking.
You really believe that? Let me ask, were you born in the United States?
I was born in Mexico.
You were born in Mexico?
I was born in Mexico.
And are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, I am.
And did you come here illegally?
No, I came here with a visa.
Oh, so why can't you tell them to do that?
Why can't what?
Why don't you tell these other ones to do the same thing? Come in the right way.
Because every person's case is different.
No, but they should come through the front door so they can do that, not the back door, like thieves.
No, they're not. You know,
Are they breaking the law by coming here illegally?
If someone comes here illegally, yes.
So they are breaking the law.
No, they're not, because they are going through customs.
No, they're jumping
going
the
through.
fence.
No, well, yes, some of them are,
They're
and I
illegal.
agree there. But you also have those people that are going through customs, going through border patrol, with their paperwork, asking for political asylum.
Amazing. Were your parents born here?
No,
in the US?
my parents and myself were born in Mexico.
Did your parents come here illegally?
My parents and I came the same way with a visa.
And how old were you when you came?
I was a year and a half.
A year and a half. Are you an American citizen?
I'm a naturalized American citizen.
And do you love this country?
Yes, I do.
Do you love it enough to protect us from the illegal aliens?
I do.
What?
Yes, I do.
But you're helping the illegal aliens to get here.
I'm not saying I'm helping the undocumented get here. I'm telling you that we are helping those people across the border, by helping them get their paperwork processed through immigrations. Now, we also go out and I mentioned, and we leave water out in the desert.
I saw that.
Okay. Now, when we leave out water in the desert, it's just for them for anyone, you know, if they find water, you know, to get a drink, to hopefully save a life.
Amazing.
Now, whether I'm helping them come into this country illegally, the question is no. They're coming on their own.
You know, that's why we have a problem with foreigners coming here, because what I noticed today, that they come into our country pretending that they want to be Americans and pretending that they love the country, but they end up turning against the country the way that you're doing. You just said, yes, it's fair to support the Constitution and social justice, but you say you want to come here and be an American, but you're not acting like one. How do you live with yourself?
How does an American supposed to act?
By supporting America, by supporting the Constitution,
Okay.
not helping the illegal alien break the law to get in here and take advantage of our social services and things like that.
Again, we're not helping, as you say, illegal aliens. Correct term would be undocumented people break the law by coming here.
Are they illegal?
They're undocumented.
Are they aliens?
What is an alien to you? An alien is a foreign
Mexicans and others
person.
who are trying to come here out through the back door. Are they aliens?
An alien would be,
They weren't born here, so they're aliens, right?
Okay.
Is that right?
Well, they're immigrants.
Are they aliens?
They would be immigrants. An alien would be someone from another country. In
So
this
are
case,
they
yes.
aliens? They come from another country.
Correct.
They're not U.S. citizens, right?
They're not U.S. citizens.
So are they aliens?
If they are here, yes.
Are they aliens?
I just answered your question.
So these people who are coming here from the back door from other countries, are they aliens?
That's what here in the U.S. we have been labeling them. Yes.
You're not answering the question. Are they aliens?
Are they aliens? Now, if I'm answering the question now, if you're answering me, if
you're answering in an honest way, a dishonest way.
Okay.
Are they aliens? I'm asking you personally. Do you know that they are aliens? Yes or no?
Do I know that they're aliens? Now, are we talking Martian aliens or people that come from another country?
The illegals that are coming from other countries.
That is a term that we have given them here.
That's not what I asked. Are they aliens?
Well, according to the law, like you mentioned,
according to you,
according to me, then it would be yes, because that is what the law states.
Why was it so hard to be honest? Black Americans are being hurt first and foremost by these illegals coming in, because a lot of them are ending up in the hood, and they hate black people already, because in Mexico blacks are hated, and so they come here. Like in the LA area, Compton, Watts, South Central LA, and they're overpopulating the schools, and the public school system is bad enough already.
Okay.
They're overpopulating the schools. When they go to the county, when the American black women go to the county facility for health care, they have to wait in long lines. There are violence going on every day between the blacks and Hispanics. A lot of blacks are having to leave. And when it comes to employment, the businesses are paying the illegal, under the table, or they work for nothing. Does it bother you that blacks are being affected first and foremost by illegal aliens coming into the country? Are you bothered by that?
No, I am not.
Wow.
And
so you don't care about the blacks?
Because you're making a big generalization
No, I'm telling you
that because of the Hispanic coming into this country undocumented, we are affecting the black.
You are
in Black America.
But you know that,
and you're making a big generalization. If that were the case, that means it's not just the black. It's
affecting everybody in a negative way.
Exactly.
But
according to what you're saying, it's because of the undocumented.
The illegals coming in and bringing all these problems to black people, and you're saying you don't really care about that.
I'm not saying that.
Knowing that that's happening? You know that that's happening. How do you feel about it, knowing it's happening?
I do not feel any remorse at all because let me tell you why.
That's amazing.
You are classifying a Hispanic group as being just completely, as you say, illegal.
Well,
attacking the Black American.
I'm only talking about the illegal ones.
But see, you can't do that.
Why not?
Because how are you going to say that in this group that is fighting right here, all of these people are illegal?
Well, I'm talking about the ones that are.
For the first time in my motherfucking life, I never thought I'd hear it.
But you can't say that.
Fucking Jesse Lee Peterson, him of all people, right, would be taking up for us, like, and putting him to task. I would have never thought, unless I heard it and seen it with my own eyes, right now. I would never have thought that Jesse Lee Peterson, of all motherfucking people, would be taking up and giving this motherfucker to work for us, right? I would have never thought. I would have never ever thought that I would have seen that happen, right? I told you it's hot in there. I would have never thought I would have seen that. He giving them the work, and this dude keeps calling us the black. the black. And he don't feel no remorse about illegal aliens is coming over here, breaking up the fucking infrastructure, fucking around. He don't have no remorse, family. None whatsoever. And Jesse Lee Peterson, for once in his life, is like automatically just started talking about black people and how it's fucking us up. I would have never thought I ever in my life would have heard this motherfucker speak for us. And in a way where he's giving them that work. I would have never thought. But we got to rewind that track just because I'm like shocked and bewildered that this is even happening right now. Jesse Lee Peterson, right? Mr. I'm black, black leaf face, Mr. White America. I thought he's like them white folk, you know what I mean? He giving them that business. I would have thought I never in my life would have heard that. Let's go right here.
American black women go to an accounting facility for health care.
According to me, then it would be yes.
Okay.
Because that is what the law states.
Why was it so hard to be honest? Black Americans are being hurt first and foremost by these illegals coming in because a lot of them are ending up in the hood and they hate black people already because in Mexico blacks are hated. And so they come here like in the LA area, Compton, Watts, South Central LA, and they're overpopulating the schools and the public school system is bad enough already.
Okay.
They're overpopulating the schools. When they go to the county, when the American black women go to the county facility for health care, they have to wait in long lines. There are violence going on every day between the blacks and Hispanics. A lot of blacks are having to leave. And when it comes to employment, the businesses are paying the illegal, under the table, or they work for nothing. Does it bother you that blacks are being affected first and foremost by illegal aliens coming into the country? Are you bothered by that?
No, I am not.
Wow.
And
so you don't care about the blacks?
Because you're making a big generalization
No, I'm telling you
that
facts.
because of the Hispanic coming into this country undocumented, we are affecting the black.
You are
in Black America.
But you know that,
and you're making a big generalization. If that were the case, that means, it's not just the black. It's
affecting everybody in a negative way.
Exactly.
But
according to what you're saying, it's because of the undocumented.
The illegals coming in and bringing all these problems to black people, and you're saying you don't really care about that.
I'm not saying that.
Knowing that that's happening? You know that that's happening. How do you feel about it, knowing it's happening?
I do not feel any remorse at all because let me tell you what. You are classifying the Hispanic group as being just completely, as you say, illegal, attacking the Black American.
I'm only talking about the illegal ones.
But see, you can't do that.
Why not?
Because how are you going to say that in this group that is fighting right here, all of these people are illegal?
Well, I'm talking about the ones that are.
But you can't say that. How can you visually say that person is illegal or that person is not?
And see, that's the problem about you people bringing all these people in here.
It's the same thing with the black. There's black. I could say maybe you're illegal. Hey, maybe you came from South Africa. Hey, maybe you're from Cuba.
What's your point?
But my point is, you can't just say and look at a group of people and say that they are illegal.
Why not?
How can you distinguish it?
Because you
no. How can you distinguish it? By
you've brought so many in here now. It's hard to know who is a citizen and who is not.
Okay.
Is that true?
No.
What do you think of the Great White Hope?
And that is
President Donald Trump.
What I think about him in what case?
Period. Did you vote for him?
I did not.
You voted for Hillary?
I did.
You voted for Hillary?
I did.
What is a man?
What is what?
A man. Besides the body part, what is a man?
It depends on how you define a man.
How do you define man?
Okay.
What are you a man?
I believe so. Yeah.
Are you a man?
Yes, I am.
Are you sure? You said I believe so, as though you're not really sure.
Okay. Yes, I am.
And so, what is a man?
What is a man? Well, I mean, it depends. Again, someone with a good moral, good standard, or and examples to their family.
And so, are you a man?
Yes, I am.
But you're breaking the law.
According
and
to
your family see you doing this, and you voted for Hillary. Would a real man vote for lying, crooked Hillary? Who support everything that's evil? Would a real Christian man vote for her?
Here in this country, the good thing is that we have the right to vote for whomever we
True,
like.
but that's not what I asked.
Okay.
Would a real Christian man vote for crooked, lying Hillary that support abortion? She has no moral standards. She supports same-sex marriage. Do you support same-sex marriage?
Yes, I do.
You support abortion?
Abortion, everybody has their own rights.
That's not what I asked. Do you support abortion?
In certain cases, yes.
That's amazing, man. Well, no wonder you voted for her.
Yeah.
So, are you a man?
Yes, I am.
What is it about you that makes you think you're a man when you're doing everything the way a liberal, godless female would do? Why do you think you're a man?
Because I feel it is the right thing.
Is it right for two men to get married?
I believe they have a right, yes.
Did God give them that right?
I believe so.
You believe God gave the right to two men or two women to get married?
I believe so.
Give it that word.
I believe so.
And why do you believe that? As a Christian man, why do you believe that?
Because, as a Christian man, anyone has the right to love whomever they would like.
Homosexual love is love?
Yes, it is.
Have you ever been in love with a man like that?
No, I haven't.
Do you know anyone who's in love like that?
Yes, I do.
And you think that's real love?
I believe so.
Do you go to church?
Occasionally.
Do your preacher know you think this way?
I don't know. I don't sit and talk with them.
How about your wife and kids? They know that you think?
Yeah.
Amazing. Are you for the big, beautiful wall going up around the border?
Am I for the wall?
Yeah.
Of course not.
You don't love this country.
According to you.
No, you don't love the country.
Okay.
And the reason I say that because you're not putting your country first.
Mm-hmm. Why is that?
Because you don't love her. You don't love your country.
What
you don't love God.
Do
you don't
we
love
need
your country. You don't even love your family.
Do we need to put a wall to say, oh, that's a beautiful wall, and now here I am, I love America? Do I need to make those comments in order for people to say, oh yeah, I love America?
Your action need to speak to that. Right now it's not.
In my life, I would have heard him.
This is why the white man don't want you here.
But it goes with the same thing with the black. That's why they don't want the black here either.
Right, because
every day we hear all this violence against the black people.
Can you imagine building a beautiful home and then you let the foreigners come in and they destroy it? Why would you want anyone here like that?
Yeah, and it happens every day.
Oh, let me ask, it happens every day. So why wouldn't the white man want them to stay away?
It's not
would
just...
you want someone to come into your home that you built and screw it up?
Of course not.
So you understand then why the white man doesn't want you here, right?
But you're saying,
you understand that?
Again, you're saying that all these causes are done by the undocumented, or in your words,
by
the
American
illegal.
citizens too.
Okay.
You're helping them to do it.
By the American citizens too.
Yeah, by you, like the border angels.
Mm-hmm. So
you guys are no angels.
Okay.
Unless you're those bad angels. So should Mexico pay for the wall? The Great White Hope said Mexico is paying for the wall. Should they pay?
I think the person who proposes something should be the one to pay. In this case, the U.S.
Should we deport the illegals?
If there is probable cause, yes.
Should we deport MS-13 gang members?
If they have cause, yes.
There is a caravan of illegals at the border right now.
Of immigrants, yes.
Yeah, down at Mexico, down at Tijuana, is that right?
There were.
And where are they now?
They right now they are in CBP custody.
Over there or over here?
Well, custom Border Patrol custody.
Do you think America is a racist country?
Yes, it is.
It is.
It's becoming
So
more.
if it's racist, why do they let you people in here?
Racist as far as, especially these last 2-3 years, is what I've seen.
So it only became racist since the president been in the White House.
It has become more. We have seen a lot more racism going on since then.
Are you an honest man?
Yes, I am.
You're an honest man.
Yes, I am.
You are an honest man.
For the third time, as Peter, yes, I am.
Two quick things. The founder of your organization, Enrique?
Correct.
What's his last name?
Morones.
Morones. Called Trump a racist. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I do.
Amazing.
You're
like turning against the people who are feeding you.
People want.
Do you see that?
And this would be me lecturing, but I just feel like you really have no idea who you are until you start a family. And whether that means just marriage, some people who are struggling to have children, okay, fine. But there's such a growth that happens because of that I think it informs your beliefs in so many ways. And
So let me get this straight. By defending themselves and filing a lawsuit, I see why you're lonely, and I see why you're so mad.
She has red-pilled a lot of people. It is a big deal that she's saying what she's saying. I'm not a hater. I'm not that guy. But my experience with her for the past year has been nothing but unpleasant and annoying and a nuisance. And I don't think she's a good faith person. I don't think she's an honest person. I think she's full of shit. I think she's a bitch. I think she's a hypocrite. You know, her whole shtick is make him a sandwich. That's her book. Make him a sandwich. And then she's a fucking bitch. You can't have it always like that. Make him a sandwich, but I'm not going to take my husband's last name and I'm going to be wagging my finger and telling everybody what to do. Ain't nobody got time for that. Nobody needs that. So it's disappointing. I thought she was different. Honest to God, I don't say that to be because I'm not passive aggressive. I really thought maybe I was going to meet a human being. Maybe I was going to shake hands and say, oh, you're really warm and you're really nice. You're actually a relatable person. Nope. Totally affected, totally self-interested, and honestly, slow.
There's so much there. There's so much there. You thought she was different, or you thought she was one of the good ones? You thought she was one of the good ones? She should be. She's certainly not one of the bad ones. So, you know what I mean? She's definitely not one of the bad ones. So, I don't know. To your whole point about, go make him a sandwich, but then just wagging your finger and aggressively telling everybody else what to do. That's legit. That's because she be pressing women on their desire for independence and strength and equity. That's why you name your book, Go Make Him a Sandwich. Meanwhile, what do you see from Candace Owens? Right? What do you see from Candace Owens? But she wants the rest of the women to be trad wives. Candace, he got you. He got you. Huh? You said he got racist after that?
Slow and obtuse. And I think you could tell that even during the race debate. It's like, I don't know. I feel like I'm talking to an idiot. I told her they have no written language in sub-Saharan Africa when the Europeans penetrated the interior of Africa. She goes, what about Egypt? I saw that and I was like, holy, I'm like, where am I? Did I just get out of a time machine? Was my flight to Nashville a time machine? Did I fly through not only space, but also time? When I hit the elevator in my hotel, was it the elevator from SpongeBob and I crash landed in 2019? Where we're debating about race and IQ. And I thought she was red pilled on that. Obviously, she's still nogged up. Obviously, she is still very nogged up. Because I'm telling her, I'm like, yeah, like there's intrinsic differences between the races. And she goes, what about Egypt? We was kings. And then I go, Candace, Egypt is in Northern Africa. Black people come from Sub-Saharan Africa. She goes, well, you said Africa. So okay. Yeah. Thank you, sweetie.
So if I got this straight, Candace was the one that was defending African excellence and achievement. This might be the toughest call I ever had. Honestly, this might, this is like one of those hypotheticals. Would you ever back Candace Owens? See, this is what y'all enable. This is what y'all enable. Guess what? You go back in my history, Candace, you're not going to see a single tweet, Instagram post, TikTok, YouTube video glad-handing Nick Fuentes. Except for maybe this one, because he was going against you.
Then it goes into, well, the Clinton Foundation, well, they was colonizers. Then it goes into the history is all fake and shit. We can't trust any of that history. All that shit is fake, man. Them Rothschilds, them Illuminati, that history is all fake and shit.
Oh my God, did you hear that? Did you hear it switch up? What?
Send that to Officer Tatum and Cartier family and them. This is what they think. This is what they think. Mm-hmm. While y'all picking up the tails, closing the door for them to get that tray of biscuits, this is exactly what they think. And that's what he's saying about Candace Owens, who I know y'all have elected as y'all's Black MAGA queen. So, you know what I mean? This ain't even for me to defend and sort out. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm here for the entertainment. You know what I mean? I'm here for the everybody look trash. How about that?
Conservatives like to say it's all culture. Black America is the way it is because of hip hop music and the Great Society and that kind of stuff. And I think the uncomfortable reality is a big part of it is intrinsic. You know, one of the big arguments against the abolition of slavery in the 1860s is that, you know, when Europeans colonized Africa, they hadn't discovered the wheel. There's no two-story buildings.
That's crazy. No wheel? No two-story buildings? I wonder if they had fire. No, it probably would have got dark. I guess all you could see was eyes and teeth. Yeah, that's crazy, man. So if they didn't have a wheel, I know they didn't have no fire.
Oh,
no, they couldn't. If they don't have two-story buildings, think they advanced it enough to spark flames?
There's no writing. There's no written language. Missionaries had to go to Africa in the last century and invent it for the...
That's crazy. No written language. No writing. Maybe so they'd be like, I can't be still, girl.
That is the collection of dunces that you have assorted yourself with, Candace Owens. And imagine, that was the Hodge twins, by the way. Imagine getting your Black history from Nick Fuentes, which, by the way, probably explains the creation of Black MAGA. It probably explains a whole lot. And by the way, as ignorant as that sounded, Nick Fuentes posted that. Nick Fuentes posted that clip of y'all mocking Africans while he denigrates their achievements and the historical record.
Oh my God, that's broke.
I hope you're proud of yourselves. Honestly, that's why this is so tough. You know what I mean? Because Nick Fuentes is wildly out of pocket, but he's saying, you know what I mean? As far as he's concerned, I could I could correct the record, but I would rather a woman do it. Yeah, I would rather a woman do it. You know, like the women that he says that he owns. Yeah, how'd that work out for you?
The chronic lack of development, lack of contributions to mankind. No inventions, no philosophers, no true great masterpiece. If half of Africa was super developed or halfway developed and the other half wasn't, maybe you'd have an argument whether they got colonized or not. Whether they got freed from slavery in 1800 or in 1860. It's the same story everywhere. There's not one written language among them. They don't have books. They don't have words. And there's billions of black people. They do have that lower level of development, and I think that's why they underperform.
Oh, he going wild out now. Yeah, he going wild out. He see that clip. He is liable to go scorched earth on Candace.
I'm so sick of it. She's got her book, Make Me a Sandwich. That's the book cover. Her book cover is her sitting cross-legged. I'm going to sit. Her book is her sitting cross-legged. Make him a sandwich. Okay. You want that, huh? All right. Well, hey, listen, Daddy's home. Hey, a real man is home. I'm pulling up my sleeves. You want to call me out? Sit down and shut the up, bitch. That's what a man has to say. And make me a sandwich and make it good. Turkey and provolone. Can you handle that?
Now, by the way, Candace, if you want to clap back, because I saw you went on Tucker Carlson and you tried to avoid the situation entirely. Oh, yeah, the timeline noticed. They noticed. If you want to clap back, might I suggest you study a little Jasmine Crockett? Yeah, I mean, it might be a little too spicy for you. It's not for everybody.
Ken Paxton is MAGA through and through. We're talking about someone who had been under felony indictment in the state of Texas for almost a decade. In fact, he was indicted before the felon in the White House was indicted. We're talking about someone who had been under federal investigation. We're talking about someone who was impeached by his own party and then was not convicted as his wife sat in the jury on the Senate side. And now she has said, I want to divorce you. And she's stating that it's biblical reasons. And I guess it had nothing to do with that fake Uber account that he had when he was going to see his mistress that was a part of his impeachment trial. Let me tell you, there is drama on top of drama, and there definitely are no family values whatsoever to be found. And now we know that this same attorney general has decided that he wants to threaten these lawmakers because they are the real criminals in the state of Texas, not the guy who should be behind bars, but the lawmakers who have decided that in a majority minority state, they should have districts that are reflective of the people so that they can actually be in alignment with our Constitution, because that's exactly what the 15th Amendment was about.
That's how you clear them right there. That's how you clear them right there. That's how you, it's like when you go in jail and they say you got to smack the first person you see. You got to treat people, you got to teach people how to treat you. You know, you got to teach them how to treat you, or else they're just trying to take advantage and get out of pocket. Just like Nick Fuentes has been this entire video. Then you just be going from beef to you beefing with the French, and then you beefing with Nick Fuentes, and now you beefing with Laura Loomer, and then you beefing with Megyn Kelly, which are all actual beefs that you are currently engaged in. So, you know what I mean? You got a little of that, you know what I mean? That would end that. Now, as far as the deeper Black MAGA thing, y'all in trouble. Y'all in trouble. I saw the Hodge twins. Y'all in trouble, man. Y'all in trouble because Byron down bad, Tim down bad, Candace down bad, Terrence Williams, who knows what he got going on. He trying to sell flapjacks. I just we try, and you know, Candace, I at least give you this credit. You the only one try to come back. Tim and Byron know better. Yeah.
It's a shame. I really do believe, look, I think Black people are not irredeemable, but there just needs to be brutal honesty. It's like, look, these black people are really struggling and they're turning into these maniacs. It seems like they don't do anything right. They're obnoxious, they're rude, they're inconsiderate, aggressive, cruel. And, you know, look, nobody hates black people for being black. If there are people like that, I think that's exceedingly rare. And I don't consider myself one of them. The reason that people have negative attitudes about black people is because most people's interactions with black people are negative. Most people's interactions with black people is when you're stuck in traffic and you see a Nissan Altima speeding down the shoulder. And you say, what the fuck? You're not supposed to do that. If everybody did that, it would just be another lane. And, you know, not everybody can do that. But it's like these people have no respect for decorum. They think the rules don't apply to them. They have no respect for society. Like that's their interaction is they are a waiter and they wait on a black table and the black people don't tip and they're fucking rude. Like that's most people's interactions. It's stuff like that. They go to the DMV and they see a black person behind the counter and they say, oh, here we go. And the person's rude. Now, it just goes to show people are not racist. It goes to show people don't like people that are rude. That people don't, it's unpleasant. People want to be treated with consideration and respect. And it is true that black people are, in this day and age, unfortunately, seem to have very low moral character. It's not even just the violence, although the violence is pretty striking. If you live your life and you know that you're going to be mugged by black people, it kind of colors your opinion or perception of black people, wouldn't you say? If 99% of the carjackings and stabbings and shootings that you see in Chicago are by black people, when you're walking down the street late at night, guess what you're looking for? Black people.
That's right.
And you equate that with danger.
Oh.
And it doesn't take a lot of them to spoil the whole bunch like that. And we just want black people to take accountability and say, look, I'm not a bad person.
Oh.
I'm not a bad person. It just seems that every time I encounter you people, for the most part, it's negative. And sometimes extremely negative, like I could get a gun in my face. You know? That's a problem. And people go, well, you are just loaded up with hatred and racism. It's like, I'm really not. I'm a really friendly person. I'm a really polite, friendly person. I give everybody a chance. But if I'm someplace and I see some black person walking in with their pants sagging and they can't articulate what their problem is or what they need, and they're rude and they're aggressive and I'm in fear for my life, like, yeah, I have a problem with all of that. And people go, and these black people go, well, you're racist. You're racist. It's like, no, I just hate inconsiderate behavior. If black people were super well behaved, we would be racist in the other direction. We'd say black people, oh, yes, dude, yes. My day is about to turn around for the better. What can I help you with, sir? Please come right on in. Man, what a relief to see you here. You're a sight for sore eyes. If black people were known for being the best, then we would be racist in the other direction. Oh, finally.
Really?
So yeah, that really bothers me. It just bothers me in this damn ass city, because that's all it is in Chicago, is just these black people who can never take accountability. It's always somebody else's fault.
Oh, poor Nikki. So I get it now. I see what their focus is with Nick here. We good? Okay. First of all, I'm only commenting on this because it's the topic of conversation, not because Nick is very influential, in my opinion. The only people that he's convincing of anything are bigots, and he's not convincing them. They already were convinced. He's just their confirmation bias. Yeah, he's just telling them that they can feel the way they always felt. He's just, saying it in a different tone, a high-pitched tone with no bass in his voice. Ironic how that comes together for you. Well, let's start here, Nikki. Let's talk about tipping. I thought you said a lot of dumb shit, but that was probably the worst thing. Yeah, I saw the video of the kid on TikTok talking about tipping that went very well for him too. So I get where you're going with this. The only data I could find on tipping was back in 2021. It was Stripe. And they said that tipping primarily was influenced by the social economics of the particular group. and location of the store or restaurant. That's what tipping is. Tipping is based on people's pockets. Now, if you say that, you know, in some areas, Black folks don't have the money to tip in large amounts, particularly for mediocre service, I'd agree. But that's probably a stupid thing to even make a video about. I mean, I guess unless you're 26 and looking to make yourself relevant, now that Candace is taking time off dealing with the Macrons. Okay. Now, next, it's always amazing to me when we get Mexicans talking about crime.
Okay, I'm stop right here.
I appreciate
we over tip. I know, I got a sister. She always over tips. And sometimes the service ain't even that great. But I also got a brother that said, supposed to, if the service is good, you tip them enough for them to get their own meal. I don't know. I think that when they put the gratuity in, automatically, that's taking away your choice of whether you agree with the service or not. And I don't like that either. So it's a whole bunch of things. But family, I have to leave because not that I don't, it's really fucking hot in here. I'm starting to feel nauseated. So I'm gonna play one more that I found something funny to close it out. Okay? And then I'll be back. Who knows when?
Niggas is trash. Niggas is trash.
So you nigga DJ?
Who said I have one?
You want one? I always wanted to learn how to DJ.
Groovy.
Maybe you could let me up and give me some lessons.
Maybe you could let me out.
Maybe you can give me your Instagram first.
No.
Why you being a bitch? Got a lot in common, baby.
Liking music is not the most unique commonality.
Come on, who? Need to calm it down.
Let me out.
Bitch, you ain't going nowhere till you let me up.
How the hell am I supposed to let you up if I'm locked in, dumbass?
Who the fuck you calling a dumbass, bitch? What the fuck are you? Get the fuck off me, man.
Let me get my black ass out of here.
The girth of justice has been felt.
What the hell?
Excuse me,
Nigga, I heard you, damn.
Well, shit, I
had it under control. Look what you did. You know how rare, how expensive this is? And who the hell are you supposed to be anyway?
Okay, so Captain Africa, Do-Rag Man.
Yuck. Look, it's been a long day. I work for white people. I work with white people. That sounded like slavery. So I appreciate the gesture. But you can go now.
You sure you don't?
Go!
Fine, excuse you.
Excuse you. Bye, super nigga.
You can't call him super,
nigga. Why not?
The internet is already tearing us apart because of our Mandy Star cover.
Appropriation. Appropriation.
It's clearly a play on the Gibson girl look. You see it, don't you? That's not an afro.
It looks just like my afro.
Well, look, you get the picture. What would it look like if we put out a story bashing the world's first superhero? Oh, who's also Black.
Okay, it wouldn't look worse than the cops. I'm just being honest. This isn't hate, okay? The man destroyed my shit.
Oh, what if we call him Superman of color? Because he's colored.
That's worse than Super Negro. Plus, Black Twitter loves Super Nigga. It went viral since I tweeted it. Let me show you guys. Look at it.
That is Black Twitter, sugar. All Twitter matters.
That's a good point.
You know what else? I actually think it's got a very nice ring to it. And you know what I think all Twitter would love? Superman of color. So let's just run with it, okay?
That makes me feel really comfortable.
Oh, I'm so relieved.
My bad, y'all. C-Train was a mess, you know. Hey. Shield's this cold.
Can you focus?
Every magazine is covering Superman of color. We're the leading voice in pop culture. We need to get that interview and break his story first.
I feel like Superman of color is what they want to call MLK.
Do you mind?
Everyone wants to know about this man, right? What's his skincare routine? Where's he from? I want this to be our next cover story, right? Okay, go on. Go on. Make it happen. And don't call me hormonal behind my back. HR's still working on it.
What? It's been over a year. I'm making minimum wage here.
Budget cuts, sugar.
You'd think they'd listen to you.
You must be new here.
Wonder what gave that away. I could have sworn I saw 10 other niggas walk in with me this morning. You lying.
You must mean the cleaning staff.
True. I'm daddy, by the way.
Oh, no. Don't get an HR violation on your first day.
What you mean? That's my birth name. It ain't nothing weird. Like,
I'm not calling you daddy. I'm daddy. But you can call me Sugar.
what a normalized name. What, you a beauty editor or some shit? You gonna lead the way on getting super niggas skincare routine?
Listen, beauty editorial assistant. And that might be my only way to get a promotion up around here. But honestly, fuck that nigga.
What? Didn't he save you?
What? Save? Do I look like a white woman in a horror movie?
No, I'm just saying, like, maybe, like, be grateful.
What am I supposed to do? Suck his dick?
I'm just saying.
Fuck that nigga and his dusty ass do-rag.
And they just records anyways, like.
They are not just records, okay? My dad gave those to me when he passed, but how do you know about my record?
Oh, I'm just saying, I mean, like, maybe, you know, why else would you be buying expensive ass records first thing in the morning? You know, like, I mean, anyways, it seemed like you're gonna need that super nigga article because the white people ain't paying you enough to afford them records.
Do they ever?
Sugar. So you've met our new team member. And what are we laughing about?
Nothing. You had to be there.
Oh, you two know each other already.
Something like that.
Amazing. Well, I'm glad you already found a homie. Sugar has some beauty products to organize in the closet, so let me show you around. Those products aren't going to organize themselves.
I'll see you around, homie.
Hi, I'm so sorry to interrupt. As a well-meaning white person, do you think that it's inappropriate for me to be writing about Cardi B's new booty? Also, I loved your tweet. I favored it but didn't retweet. It's not my place.
Yeah, they came out a couple of days ago. And I was like, whoa. Whoa. Let me see. Yep. Came out a couple of days ago. I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. Oh my God, so much more to cover. What time is it? Let me see what's going on over here on this stream real fast. Okay, nothing. Yeah, there's so much more to cover, but I don't feel it's like exuberantly hot in here. So I'm gonna go right now. Join us. Today is actually Monday, so Jesse will be doing city council, which is good. So he'll be doing city council tonight, recording it. I know we got a lot going on. We've also got the reparations hearing coming up too. I have to go because I need to get some rest, because sometime this afternoon I'm gonna have to go home. I'm hoping to drag Jesse with me. We shall see. But I wanted to go and get some rest because I have a hard time resting. And since I was sleeping kind of decently over the last couple of days, I think I'm just going to go get some rest. For some odd reason, I feel very sick to my stomach. I have no idea why. So I'm going to go. But thank you guys for watching the RVA. Shout out to Chipake for letting me use this StreamYard. You know, I don't like the way this new thing is set up. I think I would like it more if I was using my own computer and I could upload my clips and opening stuff that I, whatever. But it hasn't happened yet. Got a little problem getting my taxi back, so that's what I was waiting on. That's my return, and it hasn't came yet. It's been months, so I got to figure out what the problem is, and then I could get back on board like I was before I got sick. Well, that's what I've been waiting for. But anyway, we got a lot to do. So Grand Rising, and thank you for staying with me on the REA, and thank you for watching it on Jesse's platform or the Frontline Black News platform, which is a great thing too. Thank you, and I appreciate you for staying with me. Stay black, stay dangerous. I hope you learned something today. And I'll try to be back another day when I get a chance to utilize Jesse's laptop and resources. I can't use my computer yet. I wish I could just do it from my phone, but in order to share all this, I got to be on the computer. So, yeah, thank you. Stay black, stay dangerous, and most of all, stay informed. Keep your head on a swivel, like Jesse says. So, and don't forget to tune in today when he shoots city council, because it is Monday and that is his thing. So don't forget to tap in and watch that and be informed of what's going on here in the city of Denver, Colorado. Thank you, and I look forward to talking to you guys later on, and hopefully do it I get a chance to come back in and get on the show. I think there's a part 3 or something, part 4 coming up too. I'm not sure. So we'll see. Anyway, stay black, stay dangerous, Grand Rising, and have a beautiful day.